In the shadow of the world's end lies a realm untouched by man, shrouded in ice and whispers of madness. It is a land of desolation, where the sun's rays are swallowed by the biting cold, and hope is but a distant memory. Here, the ground creaks underfoot, groaning with the weight of the secrets buried deep beneath the layers of frost. No one knows what prowls the endless expanse of white. Monsters that slumber in the depths of the glaciers. Spirits of the lost who wander without rest. They say the blizzards carry more than just snow. They bear the screams of those who have dared to venture too far, too deep into the heart of the unknown. The land of Boreal.
Back to another episode of the Boreal Wilds. My name's Gear. We are the Mortal Woes. These are the Mortal Bros.
Ew. Hello.
Hope everybody's holiday season has been great.
Oh, we're not.
Well, okay. So we're on.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. We are the Mortal Woes is a TTRPG community. We are a safe space role-playing group. We would like to thank Artless.io for all the fun music. We'd like to thank Spio for all of the great art that he's created for the game. And we'd like to thank Night Fury, who is one of the Mortal Bros and being our producer. And I'd like to thank all of you guys for coming in and playing this game with us.
Thanks for running the game.
Oh, yeah. Not a problem. I basically do this just quietly alone by myself. So if you ever see me staring off in space, I'm playing pretend in my head. So it's nice. Nice to do it with people so I don't feel crazy. So,
Yeah.
heck yeah to not feeling crazy. Heck yeah to not feeling crazy. Well, go ahead and introduce yourself. My name's Gear. I am your dungeon master for this game, and
I'm Aiko. I'm Zane, the meathead.
I'm Mama Woes, and I play Lilith Winters.
My name's Etma. I'm playing Corbin Sunfeather.
Spio playing Graz.
Ross. All right. So last we left off, you guys decided to get into a reliquary and try to gather up some information there about the Witchfire Wars. And so that way you could get yourself prepared to gather some sort of relic or antiquity of the past to present to the council. For all different purposes and reasons, as we are in a time of political turmoil and unrest within the Boreal Wilds. You gathered up a bunch of you guys got a guide, Trinity Thistletree, and to help you with a bunch of goats, a bunch of gargantuan, colossal.
What's up?
I think it's the giant goats.
Giant goats. That were that you guys, sheep, colossal sheep. Is that what it is? Yeah, you named them.
More than 20 minutes ago. I can't be expected to remember that.
Yeah, and
The subspecies of the giant goats.
oh yeah, of course. It's a regional variant.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Makes sense.
The etymologists are really at ends. It's an exciting time, you know, in biological nomenclature, honestly. But that's a subplot that we're not going to get into. And you have them geared up, and you will be traveling. Oh, I don't believe you got to see our map here.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Courtesy of Night Fury. So I can show you our little travel path. I can show you our little travel path here. So we start. So here is here we start at the gates of the castle, and we'll traveling along this road here, around this large outcropping of the mountains, to a couple locations to stop. There's a small village here for the bugbear people, but this water is not. And then, as you head into the Drakenmaw, into the canyons beyond, you won't be able to go from here and across the waters because it's with winter coming. It's too icy to take a boat across, but it's not icy enough quite yet to walk it. So. And then there is a gate here that was closed during the Witchfire War for a set of subterranean caverns that passed through, but unfortunately, it is deemed full of monsters and other unholy things. And it's not quite, it's warded, but not magically,
Right.
rather physically
Right.
barred and gated. So going, and this is a lumber mill here. So going around this way, through the path here, across the Fell Gorge, a large scarred area with rope bridges over the top, and the ruins of Fell Gorge Keep, where it is said this is where the Witchfire War began.
Neat.
The queen of the Witch Queen. Something happened with the king that sat in this castle and the Witch Queen, and she cursed this land and all that live in it. There's the bastards of Felgorge and all that would, and all of the line, every son and the sons of all their sons would not die. Mm-hmm. And so, traveling across these rope bridges, it's wind-swept, icy glaciers, hundreds of feet tall, right? It's permafrost, but a single step could slide, would slide you down. And so you have all these rope bridges. You're not the only ones traveling this way. It seems the orcs as well are going into Felgorge for a relic. Or the Goliaths, it was Goliaths, the Goliaths as well. Thank you. So traveling across this kind of network of rope bridges until you get to the other side and to the Drakenmaw. From there, you have a few weeks before this completely solidifies, and the trip will be much easier to travel across and then back around. And here you can resupply quite easily in this, within the village for the bugbear. So you must to get there quickly, and then this way is the nesting of creatures that I'll pull the name up later. So traveling across this way is the fastest way. So that's the path that Trinity has laid out for you guys. Is there anything you would like to try to do or collect or anything before we get on our...
I definitely would want to share the run-in we had with Victus Vorthir.
Victus
Zane and...
Tell them.
You guys weren't present, but massive Templar of Sandaria. Big mortal. Is going with the Goliaths. We overheard them talking with what's her name?
The Solstice lady?
Yeah, Solstice.
Mhm.
Anyways, overheard we were going to meet up with the Solstice to go to the reliquary, and so we overheard the conversation, something about super dangerous and might not make it back and etc. etc. And yeah, so
He was traveling, it seemed, to the Fell Gorge as well.
right, yeah, he's going with the Goliath. Well, he's gonna meet them. They've already left.
He's going to catch up to them. Notably, he was also blind.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's like a thing that some chosen followers of Sundaria do.
Vestige of the past, as it were.
Seems the Goliaths need a lot of help if they're requiring a paladin such as so and so.
So and so.
Hmm.
If I think if it wasn't clear then, or it seemed like they weren't asking him to come along, but rather he was called to go aid them
Right.
without their knowledge a little bit. Like
Yeah, that's what I gathered.
yeah, that like he had a calling to go aid them.
Seems Sundaria has pity on the giants, since they need the help of someone with such a reputation of so and so. Slightly different, but
Oh.
Same, but different.
Hmm.
I don't think there's anything else I want to do. I definitely think we should double check and make sure exactly what path we want to do, because we did think about going to that crumbled tunnel, right?
there is a sealed tunnel
Right. We
just to
could
the northeast.
go that way and then just come out.
We think it might just be rumors and not actual
They say it's
as
Filled with
scary as it's
monsters.
supposed to be.
So, not a bad idea. The route we were going to take takes us right up next to this old castle where the Goliaths are going.
Mhm.
I mean,
We could also find more things along with where we're headed anyway, like to like other relics in that mine if it's been sealed for so long.
that's true. I wouldn't be against that.
what do they say? Risk it for the biscuit.
I'm so risk it. No, we need to bring some like mining supplies.
I think, don't we, some of us have that.
Not quite. I
Mm,
got pipings and crowbars.
Yeah, like mountain
Shovels.
climbing stuff. But I'm talking like pickaxes, and
Mhm.
I don't know if like blasting powder is a thing that even exists. But if so, some of that wouldn't be the worst.
Is anyone here skilled with a pickaxe, or should we hire someone?
So if we go that route, we're definitely going to want to hire somebody. Like I can swing a pickaxe fine, but I don't. You know, if you hit in the wrong place, it might cause a cave in or something. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know how much the prince is willing to afford us, but perhaps a mining team is in order.
Well, his continued rule is hinged on us taking this, so I would imagine that he would give everything he could.
I would certainly hope so.
I'll go find the prince.
Mhm.
Well, if we're about to head out, then he might be nearby.
Well, it just depends on where you are. I think that you don't have to find the prince to ask him about using his resources. I think you just have to I'd say he's provided you with a token or some sort of,
Okay.
Golden tablet that gives
Well,
us
I'm gonna
privy
go.
to any resources.
yeah, some sort of writ, as it were, or something
I'm
along those
gonna
lines.
Look for a miner.
Okay. Where?
Or a dungeoneer.
Look for a dungeoneer or a miner.
Both actually wouldn't Hell, a small team of miners wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to drag with
The
us.
way that the door sounds like it is sealed would be it would be an undertaking to unseal it, right? It
Right.
seems like they play, and it would also it'd be a little bit of a hubbub.
Time is of the essence. Perhaps if it were to take that long, do we
But-
have the time to afford it?
A dungeoneer can help you
So there's no time on the.
just before basically before the end of winter, really.
Yeah.
Is what is kind of what you
But the quest itself, there's.
Mhm.
But to safely get back, there is.
Yeah. The longer you guys are out there, the worse and worse it does get. And the more with the dark come the things that seek to not show their faces in the light. There are stories.
Well, the primary mission is to get to Drakenfell, is it not? Or are we banking that we could find something in this cave that would be more valuable than something we could find up there?
Just bolts.
I'm just assuming on that. We have no real idea.
So that was sealed before the war. It was like one of the, as tensions were rising, it was sealed prior to the war starting, kind of thing.
What did
So
it used to be used for? Or was it just
it was a mine.
Never mind.
It was a mine, yeah. It was a mine.
It was a mine.
And it was intended to be a tunnel eventually that connected the peoples, right?
This is a dream.
And prior to, like, when tensions were rising, the ability to gather from the forests,
Right.
kind of like, so this is like a resources thing, right? And then once Fell Gorge fell, there's a point here, a small temple that is carved into the edge of the stone here by the Sundarian church. So it's all like kind of this funneling in through this pass through and creating so in the Draken Maw are a bunch of sepulchre of the witches. And that's kind of this cut them off. And the bugbear people's traditions are very tribal and archaic and less like societally kind of traditional, but more, it's ancient medicines and ways to reading tea leaves, not quite magics and witchcrafts, but shamanistic, as it were. So there was a bit of fear there. So it seems like that was shut off before the Witchfire Wars. So it hasn't been touched. Anything within there has not been touched.
Well, perhaps all these people are wasting their time going up so far north. We have just as good a chance to find a relic anywhere else. See why we couldn't find something that's been sealed off even before the witches' times. What do you guys think?
Sounds sensible to me. I mean, was just a mine, so I mean, unless they used to use some kind of crazy magic stuff to help mine, which now that I'm saying it, they might have. I don't know that we can necessarily plan on getting anything out of there, but that's fine, because even if we don't find anything in there, we can just go through it.
Straight through.
Yeah.
I don't suppose anyone has dug too greedily or too deep.
No idea what you're talking about.
From where you're from, you would know that navigating the area, you would be comfortable more so than others. Definitely more so than going across the open landscapes, right? It would be something you were comfortable in, with supplies you feel like you could survive. The amount of time it would take, getting lost is just a matter of running your hand along the left side of the tunnel until you get to where you need to go almost, So it's not that, you would definitely feel the most comfortable, but what's your survival like?
Well, I wonder if there's perhaps a unknown passage to familiar lands.
Mm-hmm. And if not, even some of the passages might lead to places that are familiar, whether or not they connect to your home.
My skills and survival are nil.
Same.
All right.
Not proficient.
Yeah, I think we're definitely counting on our guide to keep us alive.
What's your
I live now.
what's your bonus?
I'm the greatest.
What's your bonus in it?
alive. +1.
+1. So well,
Not terrible. I'm familiar, but more used to being inside safer facilities.
it's like somebody an avid hiker who has never been in the backcountry. It's like, well, yeah. I guess we could walk up.
All my walks on trails have been with private guards.
Yeah,
Pretty
procession
safe.
throwing flower petals
Yeah.
in front of you, and
You've always had enough pemmican. You camelback.
+1. I have a.
Yep.
You say
You always know where you're gonna fill up your
negative.
negative. Yeah,
let up. We're gonna.
I know-
go
I know
this
how to
far. Yeah,
Okay,
fill
you're
water,
negative.
we'll eat here.
I know all the locations.
I know how to
that
survive
are
in
best to
jail.
set up my tea set.
Yeah. But so you would probably want somebody. But
He is-
one thing you do
should be able to
know
write it
is-
down.
there's
Yeah,
never
I
only
can-
one
by
way.
brute forcing anything, but like,
So, do we need to look for another guide then?
Let's look for dungeoneers and miners and hire as many as we can.
Did you say is the prince with us right now?
Always have like a token to prove that they'll get paid by
Yeah.
him.
Oh,
I would say you could go have a conversation with him, but he's also it's a busy as hell.
pretty well. It's what we want. What we want, we can get.
Yeah, exactly. He's giving you guys that, and as a please take care of this, and then anytime that you may see him or whatever, it's in these kind of he's playing politics intense meetings and stuff.
Let's say let's get them and
I'm gonna go to like the Chow area, I guess,
of the castle.
and
you can know it's what.
assume there's people kind
Yeah.
of dotted around.
I'll definitely help him.
Okay.
Um,
You guys have any social skills from your backgrounds or anything that help out with this or anything like that, or is it just kind of like a raw dog in it?
I'm pretty
I'm proficient with persuasion, but other than that,
I'll go with them and crack my knuckles menacingly if need be. But beyond that, I don't.
Don't you have a little bit of social?
With the underbelly, like anyone that has been in and around the prison, but
Well, that's good.
which actually, I guess,
That would be good.
yeah,
You could pull
yeah. I was
pull
about to say if
everyone to get out of there.
if I would know anybody that is in prison that used to be a miner or a guide or anything like that,
You give them a good old.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
get out of line.
Somebody
I might do that even if they don't.
You might go if anybody's been in there without, the express writ of a prince or a king or the church, they would definitely be in prison.
do I know of anyone
Like that.
like that?
Let's make a roll. Let's find out. What kind of roll would that be?
Rolling.
History, I guess, recalling the histories of the people that.
Sure.
13.
13.
Boop. Get a team of.
And who
I think
you
we're
said
gonna
you were
need
gonna
a
help
bit of
and
a
you were
team.
gonna help.
Yeah.
How would you guys help? Let's follow this plot thread here.
I'm giving a speech in the Chow Hall.
Oh, you're just gonna give a speech in the chow hall to try to find. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. And you said you want to help. Do you want to help him or do you want to help Aiko? Or Zane rather? Do you want to help Zane? Or so whoever you help will follow either the thread of oh, I know somebody who's been in there and got arrested for having contraband, basically. And so they would, or somebody who is I can get you there, whether or not they've been there.
Whichever one that using my political influence standing would help more, I guess.
Probably him, I would assume.
I would say you choose. Yeah, I would just say you choose.
Sure, I'll help Corbin then.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. You go ahead and you guys plan out the scene in the speech. How bank it off that you do know of somebody.
Okay.
And they are they were arrested with contraband supposedly from within the mines, and they always swore Vamos.
Mhm.
What is something that they would always tell like the other people of, like, what kind of story about being in there that nobody believed them?
Being in within like you talking about the prisoners?
Yeah, like the person who was arrested for having the contraband. They say it comes from inside these mines, and they would always tell something that nobody would believe, like, oh, I know, like, it's there's a secret way to get in. It's like, yeah, right, that place is locked up tight, or that's not even all. I've got a secret stash that I hid somewhere. It's like, yeah, okay, if you did, you wouldn't have got, Or I know somebody who pays real good for them. That's why I got it. Or actually, this is if I had more bags, I could carry more out. I found a secret chamber or something.
Like, yeah, but
Now, what's the story they would always tell about being in there?
I guess we could go with the secret chamber, golds and stuff like that in there found.
Okay, so they found a secret chamber deep within there. It's full of riches.
Full of riches.
Okay.
I like the idea of the prisoner thing.
Mhm.
So before they go, could I offer to Zane or whoever is doing the communication to the prisoners that potentially offer a pardon as like a bargaining chip through my persuasion?
You
Like if you're
you help us.
unsuccessful, right?
If you better not be lying, kind of thing. Oh, if they're unsuccessful.
Yeah, if they're unsuccessful, at like convincing
I'm just
someone
tagging
to
along
come,
with things. Just to,
maybe use that as like a bargaining chip.
I'd say that they
to
know
persuade someone.
they know somebody.
Oh yeah.
Thing can't get them out. Well, unless you guys come up with another plan to kill another official while they're sleeping.
Right.
They'll definitely come up with a plan to get them out.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't just stroll down there and break anyone out that I want to. I mean, I guess we could, but it would, be messy. But yeah, if you could like get us some kind of official, either pardon or just like a I don't know what it'd be called.
We can get them out.
Well, perhaps if they are able to perform this and help us obtain an item for the prince, maybe it would be
Time served.
maybe persuaded to possibly, yes, get them out a little early, or perhaps a full-on pardon.
Sounds sensible to me. I was just gonna tell him to get lost when we were on our way back and fly low.
Oh no, he escaped.
But he died in a landslide or something.
Well, at the very least, perhaps this will give us the ability to actually release them.
how big of a team do we need?
Sounded like some of these other groups had some pretty big entourages with them. So like,
Many as possible.
yeah, like a whole team of miners and or guides and or survivalists would not be the worst thing in the world.
What's your speech going to be like? How you going to address it? How many?
Yeah,
See?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'll give you time to plan it out.
first guidance myself.
How would that look like? So you walk into this large chamber of several pillars, floor to ceiling, 60 feet tall. This like kind of gothic esque arches, but they are, instead of like rolling and smooth, they are very angular in their geometry. It's like a dwarven fashion, carved deep within the stones, and they're symmetrical as they go all the way down. This is the same. This feasting hall is the same area where everyone gathers to parlay. So you have the king or the head of the council, and then raised up above the main floor where people eat are parapets, where the heads of various houses can sit, and then their people can sit, kind of beneath them. At these long wooden tables of hewn timber, sturdy and heavy, simple, but also stood the test of time. You just hear like the bustling of forks and knives and people eating in bowls, and kind of laughter and talking and murmuring echoing throughout this chamber. Done in a way where people up at the front, you can hear them kind of talking a little bit, even at the back. People who are closer to the points where all the heads sit, their voices carry around the room and echo.
So I'll walk up, grab my amulet, and Sundaria's guide my words, and I'm just gonna hold up whatever this emblem we have from the prince you mentioned. And hear ye, whoever seeks riches, glory. We're looking for dungeoneers, miners. We're going to the mine. Here's the name. Do you have a name for it? The sealed pass?
Sealed passive.
Okay. The sealed passage. We're seeking ancient relics. You'll be paid by the prince. For glory of Everfrost and Sundaria.
So, let me just roll something real quick, so I can tell you what this room is filled with a bunch of. Go ahead and roll. This room is filled with a bunch of people who are. It's a bunch of loyal houses. You see, some drow that are complaining about how hard the porridge is, because they're like 1,000 years old, talking about how it's too hot, and then you're like, huh? And you just see people. Most of the adventuring parties have left, so you see what's left behind are a lot of advisors and a lot of politically minded and active people of the houses. The grizzled miners. Ooh, what was the advantage for? Oh yeah, were you helping him, or were you helping?
Okay.
No, can I only help one? It's fine.
I would go down to the dungeons with that golden writ or whatever we have, and just pummel the jailer with it until they let me take a guy, I guess.
That's fine. So you're gonna help him?
Yeah, I mean, I can help both of them. I will.
Okay.
I thought, like, before we split off, I was letting Zane know that, that's like an extra piece that could be available.
Yeah. I was gonna say, okay, so you can do that. Well, it's at nat 20. Okay. So without that nat 20, this would have been damn near impossible. But I mean, it just works, right? That 20 just works.
What was the total roll?
21.
21 total with that performance.
Oh,
Charisma based check, like a performance. 19. What goes down?
24.
24. Everybody stops eating, stops talking. You hear whispers about like where you stood, was where one of the chairs of the heads of the houses are, and you can tell like the way that the voices echo off, come back, and kind of with a clarity to you. Like you can hear almost exactly what people are whispering to each other at various parts of the tables. And you can see it's been designed that way for clarity in communication. And people are they're very timid, and it's like, I don't, like people aren't looking at you, they're looking down their way. But nobody's speaking. It's like you have guarded. Everybody heard exactly what you're saying, heard you call, and everybody's like, oh, like you don't want to, It seems like they're all have their own things, and that's whenever a dwarf stands up. This old, grizzled dwarf, long gray beard, very olive dark skin, scar over his eye, salt and pepper kind of clumped and dreaded his beard and his hair. Howdy, you bunch of cowards. I don't do it. Always wanted to know what was behind that door.
We're about to dig greedily.
Does he just like walk over, or
Well, he stands up and he looks around at the other people that are sitting at the table with him, and it's from the Princess Kingdom, and they're all. He is wearing. He looks like he looks uncomfortable in this like kind of beautiful flowing satin robes that are meant for the castle, and even as he stands up, like his cup dips into some porridge or whatever, and he's sitting around a bunch of other advisors, and he doesn't wear jewelry on any of his fingers, and he even his hair is halfway styled in that of an aristocrat, but not really, and he pulls off this little weird hat that everybody's wearing. I don't do it. And he pulls off his thing. He wrestles out of it, kind of.
no, I have to get naked.
Yeah. And underneath he's wearing leathers, like leather armor. Right. I've been waiting for something like this. You can see his gear that's on his belt is what's holding up the robes from getting off. Okay, his dagger kind of comes out a little bit, gets it all in. You wouldn't want them to come with us anyway.
Very well, let's go.
All right. And does that one of the guys an audible squeak? And he grabs their horn of wine and fills it up. His horn of wine. All right.
Hold my hand out to shake it as he approaches.
Mm-hmm. He holds 2 horns of wine in one hand, like he's done it 1,000 times, and he grabs and shakes your arm. His hands are rough and calloused. The calluses are split, and you can see all various types of discoloration across his skin that aren't scarring, but are from you can tool proficiencies. Which tool proficiency?
My tool proficiencies? I don't even know.
What do I know how to do?
I don't think I even selected any, so.
Oh, it may not have come. Yeah, it may not have May have been skill proficiency that came with it or something. Yeah. So it's strange kind of discoloration across his hands and up in his forearms and things. But, all right, Groblin.
Is it Gromblin?
Groblin. It's it. That's what be fine. It doesn't matter either way.
Rob?
That works. As my friends call me. Rob.
Oh, Rob. Name's Corbin Sunfeather. This is...
Graz. Pleasure.
It is. Yes, it is. Oh, it's a pleasure. He reaches out to shake your hand. And he grabs you by your forearm, gives it a very tight squeeze, and rattles it back.
Very strong. Would you happen to have any other crew members that are trusty or reliable that you normally work with?
maybe any underlings.
Apprentices, perhaps?
I know a couple of folk. I can gather them up.
We will definitely need a team. So, any help in that area would be much appreciated.
I thought I was going to die at that table. I really was.
Well, apparently there's a bunch of monsters inside the sealed passage, so...
That's what I've heard. I've always wondered.
Well, how long will it take you to assemble your team?
Well, I can get the guys ready. Oh, well, it's just a few hours. No time at all, though. I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
Well, shall we meet at the North Gate in a couple hours? Then
1 hour.
Perfect.
make it 1 hour.
Supplies. Will you have supplies first to travel up there?
We'll have ample supplies, I believe. Just, if there's anything special that you need, provide us a list and we'll get it on the way out.
Well, 1 second. He licks a pen and he grabs it like this. All right, hold on.
Oh, I don't think you're supposed to... Never mind.
Since the Prince Pants is good.
People out of the
Keep
dungeon.
the person.
It's my
Yeah,
plan.
load it full of pickaxes.
I
And
know the guy that was in there, and then honestly, I figure I can probably bolster our little retinue with
Well,
hopefully a handful more.
and our journey isn't as far as we thought it was going to be initially, so...
Or friends.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't seem like
Arg pow de tuber. Yes.
doesn't seem like he's much for. It's strange that he would be at the aristocrats' table.
You know, maybe this would be easier if you
He's
just
gone.
told me what you...
He's gone and like
Oh.
whistling.
I suppose we'll get standard dungeoneering and mining gear.
Mhm. While the rest of the time, the rest of the hour, while they're doing their thing, we'll get sheep per person, however many he said he was getting, and fill them up with
He never said.
mining supplies.
He never said.
We'll get at least 3 sheep, fill them full of mining supplies, so they can carry a lot. And if we need to get more sheep, we'll get more sheep. Let's not load them.
All right. Cool. Are you gonna pull are you gonna get your prisoner?
That's what we're down there doing.
Yeah.
I was just like offering like a bit of advice or information to potentially use to help if, you know,
I think
if they were unsuccessful at however they choose to
I think
influence
with,
someone.
I think with the political ties, the church, the princess thing, you know exactly who you want, this and that. I think you know all the guards too, so you know how to the paperwork and the talk and what they need to
Right.
hear for to release somebody kind of thing.
And they know me too, so I think what we were gonna use we got the prince's permission.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take who we want.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you need this? Just as Trinity and Victus.
Yeah. Trying to remember my NPC name. Oh yeah, what was that? Grob.
Robin Graz. Oh, okay.
No grumbling.
That won't get confusing.
No.
Gromp. Grop.
Confused what you're
Rod.
Why wasn't it a goblin? Groblin the goblin.
You call me a goblin. Trying to wrestle it out right now, boy. Care if you're a prince. But don't worry about that ice.
Yes, that's very true.
He's got that kind of squinty spider web wrinkle of somebody who's just kind of had to stare out into.
So
Yeah,
he's Sam Elliott, but a dwarf.
Oh, you wish I really wish you. Hey, wish you look at that good.
It's in Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just get some tater.
That's
Yeah,
Mustard, yeah.
yeah. What's wrong with taters? Oh, bro. Great, his old grumbling. He's got a bit of an Irish
Biscuit.
accent.
Mustard biscuit.
Perhaps we need to get an extra supply of pipe tobacco.
It didn't smell like tobacco.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't.
He
You just
just sounds like he.
He smelled of something, didn't he?
perception check would have given you there's a piece of his beard that just kind of real slicked out and kind of
Yeah.
a little harder to impress.
Where he tries to spit, but it.
A little bit of orange man. Perhaps.
You guys want to go on there? You have prisoner?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much just go down with the writ or whatever, and her as the official to document the prisoner exchange. And yeah, pretty much either sweet talk or bully the guards as needed to.
I think I
Grab a
really
handful of them.
I think with your ability to write the documents and understand it, your ability to understand what the guards need to actually see, you make it official. You guys, it is official.
Right.
You have the political ties and all this. Like, I think that it just works. But I want you guys to tell me who this prisoner is.
So definitely a goblin.
It's a goblin.
Definitely a goblin.
His name's Dwarf.
Dwarf the goblin.
Yeah, and grab the dwarf. No, okay, go ahead. All right, tell me who it is. Show me. Who they are.
No, well, no, it's Dwarb. Absolutely.
Dwarf the goblin.
Dwarf with a
Dwarf.
B or B?
With a B,
B.
I
Okay.
think.
Dwarf.
That's how I always
There's
pronounce it.
Rob.
That's how I was pronouncing it this whole time. Oh man, I feel bad. He's always able to get his hands on stuff. He's one of the ones that helps, because again, this open air dungeon, well, not open air, but like you know, I'm figuring there's like a whole little economy that's built itself up in there, and you know, you've got merchants and whatnot, same as you would elsewhere. And Dwarb is one of the ones that helps get the stuff.
A bit of a smuggler.
Smuggler, absolutely.
More of a runner.
Right.
Is where his smuggling comes in, being able to navigate.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah, he was apparently there at the pass or something. I forget what it exactly was that he whether or not he's been in there, he got his hands on some contraband that was from in there. So
And he said that there was a huge chamber full of riches.
yeah, we're definitely taking him.
Okay, Dwarf.
I don't. We have a pretty good sized group going with it at this point. Do we? Should I try to grab a few more prisoners on the way out to just kind of round out our numbers, or?
How many people was Grob bringing?
Didn't say.
Mm.
So he's got a few.
Because we don't want to bring too many, because we don't want to strain our own supplies.
Yeah. Or risk being
Ooh.
taken over by prisoners or.
Any?
Right.
Yeah.
I'll keep them in line. Maybe as well any a few people that might have been people that might have been thrown in the dungeon for I mean, I don't know if this is the law in the area, but for like poaching the king's animals or whatever, like yeah, just a few more people to help us on the survivalism aspect of it too.
So right. So kind of like some backwoods, like these are our lands. It don't matter.
Some hunter gatherer.
Right,
My
yeah.
family done lived here for 100 years. I can't,
And we'll just pay them with toilet wine. It'll be fine.
I don't care about.
So we're saying door plus 3 prisoners.
Yeah, small handful of poachers.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely.
Torb, Norb, and Zorb.
I think the hard part would actually be finding Dorb in the prison.
Whether or not he's there,
Right.
Run.
He's actually small enough to slip out. Some of
No, I think you guys get bored. What's something notable about Orb's demeanor? Maybe his speech patterns or his.
Oh, he doesn't talk.
Nice.
It's like he can communicate. Like he knows the drow style sign language, and he can write, but he just doesn't talk. Not he can't talk. He just doesn't talk.
Does his tongue removed as like a punishment or something?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people think that.
I know sign language.
That's what everyone believes.
I know common sign language.
No, so I guess he knows goblin sign language, which is
I'll say that what's interesting is sign is something that is a common form of communications within the Boreal wilds across the different tribes, and sometimes each tribe will have their own style of sign language, but there is one that is kind of universal so that they can communicate amongst each other, and that was really prevalent. So yeah.
heck yeah.
Which is it's the same. That's the exact same story of North America, which is pretty cool.
I love it.
All right, so you see Dwarf and this goblin. He's wearing kind of rags and that are real baggy on him. They're baggy because so that way it doesn't show what's underneath them.
Right. If you shake them hard enough, like a couple candlesticks and some silver. Yeah.
Yeah. Things that were in your pockets just moments ago.
Right.
And he just kind of.
All right. I need your help. You're, as of, what do the documents say? 3 p.m., a free man. But that's contingent on you helping us out. Now, I know that you know something about this sealed pass. And we're going to need your expertise. And if you play your cards right, you will continue to be a free, goblin, I suppose. And if you don't, I'll break your fucking neck. So, like... All right. Get your stuff, the stuff that is yours, and...
Sure.
Good. Also, Jeb, Billy Bob, and yeah, you three, you're with us.
All right, boys. Feel like we're gonna get out of here a little early for good behavior. We weren't good. Oh, shut up.
That one's Hank.
Hank.
Hank, Billy Bob, and who?
Jeb.
Yeah. I'm Billy Bob. It's Jeb. No,
Chet.
I'm Jeb.
Chet, not Hank.
Are these all goblins too?
Oh God, I hope not.
I'm Jeb, not Billy Bob.
Chet.
Hey, that's what I said.
Chet, Jeb,
Bill Bob.
Billy.
Biddle Bob. I like
Biddle Bob.
Biddle Bob. Yeah.
His great granddad was a goblin. You can still kind of see it a little bit in the face, but
Changes. Biddle Bob.
Sir was my father. It really was. His father's name was Sir.
Chet, Hank, and Biddle Bob.
No, it's Chet, Jeb, and Billy Bob.
Oh, Jeb.
Chet, Jeb, and Billy Bob.
Well, it is so nice to have met the acquaintance of such a lovely lady as yourself, and we will be upon our best behavior. One of them says to you in a southern lawyer's accent, apparently.
God, I love it already. And now, just so you know, I'm getting you out of here so that you can hunt for us and help track for us and
Well, there ain't nothing out there we can't find, can't track down, can't hunt, can't eat even. Yeah, you need me to carry all of your bags?
Mm-mm.
Just one of them, maybe? Are you
I'm
sure?
just-
I mean, we would be more than happy to help.
And I'm gonna look at Zane. I'm gonna say, "Shall we?"
Let's.
Oh. You have very intelligent company that you keep.
Well, I do now.
Papa suspenders.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to visualize this.
You all have like an hour. Gather what belongings you can from here. I'll
And where are we supposed to meet you?
front gate, north gate. North, is there a north gate now? Did they add a north gate while I was in Jesus?
It does seem that we are going north.
The North Gate, yeah.
Yeah.
The gate.
Yeah.
They did add a North Gate. It was a wall. They've added the gate since the things have kind of lessened.
Stuff keeps changing. Anyways, we'll have supplies and things you'll need. I need to go talk with some guards, make sure.
And if you don't show up, you will be found.
Well, I would expect nothing less. All right. So, is there any other supplies you guys need?
We need
Just-
to grab some
We would just get
for these guys, right?
I assume that we have enough food.
since we're not getting bunch of extra climbing stuff for everyone, because not everybody's going to be climbing with us.
Right.
As long as we have a sheep for every person, food for every person, since we're not doing all the stops, we're
Some bows and stuff
then
for our hunters.
a couple of them will have like mining stuff, and the rest will have like hunting, gathering, dungeons.
Okay. So, how many hunting packs do you grab? How many? You said you grabbed like 3 sheep.
We need to know how many people are coming.
When you get to the North Gate, and you're starting to get everything together, you see a band of about 6 dwarves that all look like they are none of them look like you've seen in the castle. No merchants. These look like you haven't seen, anytime you've been ushered in and out of the city, you've never seen anybody like this. They have tattoos on their faces. They're wearing leathers, and they are just swigging whiskeys and things. 2 of them are in a fist fight, and like the other 4 are like rooting them on, right? And you see a whole Grob out there. He kind of breaks it up. He kind of comes through. Oh, let's see. We had a bit like they say, he had a bit of an Irish accent. Hey, break it up! Break it up! He's a bit of a pirate as well, I guess. Break it up! What did I tell you? All right, hey, come here! And he grabs one of them and he just kicks him in the stomach. You must be come on! All right, what? And the other dwarf, this younger dwarf, is still kind of in the heat of the moment. Is like swings at Grob, punches him. Oh yeah, that's what. Come here, you bastard! And they start getting in a little bit of.
I'm getting into this.
And just out of nowhere. Who the hell are you? Come on. Hit me! They do.
Good.
Good. And you guys wrestle. And then it kind
All right. I like these guys. Whoever bought these guys.
of. You do.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I tipped the not hat I'm not wearing.
All right. All right, boys. This is the Prince of the Dark Elves, and this is the representative of the church I was telling you about. And we're going to be working for. And we're going to be on our best behavior. They're like, yeah. And you can see they have platinum and gold teeth and tattoos on their faces, and it looks like a bunch of criminals.
Funny.
Good.
Looks like a bunch of ragtag group of criminals. Now they work hard. You're gonna pay, right?
The prince will be paying.
Up front, right? Well, yeah. Listen, I told the guys that, they've had a couple of bad deals. Yeah. They like to know that they've got families here, keep some here.
Halfway, when we get to the mines, We'll set aside some time for them to mine out any precious ore that they can to their heart's extent, heart's content. Is that fair?
You can keep what you can carry, boys. Right, all right.
Perhaps we just get 2 sheep and a wagon to haul the dwarves and the goblins.
If they're not going,
Hey, you guys got a goblin too?
You can see that they have like mining gear and they,
They have
have
dwarves,
climbing
they have
gear
goblins.
Oh.
that they've brought.
A goblin.
They have some
Yeah.
crap gear. It looks like they've come
Oh, yeah.
prepared to themselves to travel. It's not the best stuff.
Mhm.
So
what I had in mind was 9 total extra people, 9 sheep. 3 of them are outfitted with mining equipment. 3 of them are outfitted with dungeon equipment. 3 of them are outfitted with hunting equipment and rations on each one.
nice. Okay, so that brings our total. So we had
And that'd be significantly less weight
so
than
that's 7
like my
dwarves.
sheep.
Four prisoners.
Roll a perception check.
4 prisoners we're doing.
Who was that too?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, Grob is the
7, huh?
Grob is or dwarf
a-
is the goblin.
Is that a
right?
15 or a 12?
That's a
4.
it's a
It's
leader.
it's a leaner.
There it is.
There we go. 18.
That's 11.
So
Could drop a couple sheep.
Middle Bob
Mm-hmm.
shows up.
Or put a wagon on.
I'd like to apologize on behalf of my cohorts. It seems that there has been a misunderstanding on our way here. And you see Jeb and what was the other one?
Chet.
Chet.
Jeb and Chet are both having their pockets turned out right now by guards. And looks like they're trying to hit a lick on the way in and got caught. But I made it. He's a little out of breath. And he tucks something underneath his shirt. Was not a part of such escapades. Have come to help.
It's 2 sheep.
Anyway, I'm gonna stand a little in the middle of y'all, just a little bit over here. So, excuse me. Hey, oh, hey.
What was your name again?
Oh, well, my name? Tommy. It's nice to meet you. And he kind of walks by you. Excuse me, I'm just gonna, we can catch up later. We sure can. And he tries to get out of your line of sight and deeper into the crowd of people.
Right, Tommy. As you're walking away, if anything's stolen from my equipment, you'll be incinerated.
What do you insinuate?
So Biddle Bob is Tommy.
Yeah, you think just because we look
I
like
think
this?
you're lying about his name.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should be 10 altogether. Counting Grob and Dwarf. Because we got Dwarb plus the
Dwarf
three.
is here.
Plus
Dwarf
the
is here.
three.
Okay.
Plus
Dwarf hung out with you though.
Okay.
Dwarf's with you. Yeah. Dwarf
The
showed
other
up.
2 just got arrested.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, if you'll
You
excuse
can
me.
actively see them being arrested,
Right here, he's-
caught red-handed.
Lane's gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Fuck's sake. I'm gonna go try to get them out of it. Well, how many guards are there?
2 or 3.
And we're at the gate, right?
I'll go with you. Oh,
There we go.
I really just want to deck them, but
Just beat up the guard. I know you just want to beat
You
up the
grab him by
guard.
the back of their shirt.
Years of resentment.
right.
Zane goes and grabs them both by the back of their collars.
We need these two.
They're with us. And bunk their heads together.
No, actually, I'll go to the 2 that are having their pockets turned out,
Yeah.
and just like, all right, what did in front of the guards? What did they take?
Well, you can see that they're unloading like a bunch of like silver chalices, and there's a cheap wallet, and there's like a children's hat, like a child's hat, and there's some like a couple like just a couple onions, and it's literally like anything that they could get their hands on. A lock that's closed without a key.
All right, so
So just a length of iron chain that looked like it was like cut off from like.
hey, that's actually perfect. I'm gonna scoop that up.
Okay.
When I explain to the guards that we need them, they're flash the writ if needed.
I think if you're going to help too, you could be like, these are we will punish them. We're on a suicide mission.
Absolutely. I intend to chain, like, put them back in chains and drag them along with us, at least until we're out in the wilds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can beat them up. And
We can
nobody
tie them
will.
up in the wagon.
Right.
Have them walk on it. Yeah. Okay.
How would you take silver chalices? We're going into the wilderness.
Little pretty.
They looked pretty.
Little pretty. I locked it. You can see inside Chet's big hand. Chet, this big O, is just like a little straw doll.
Oh, my
And you see
goodness.
it, and you, with that such a high perception, you can see a crying child somewhere.
Give me the doll.
I ain't got no doll. He puts his hand under his shirt.
Did you ever hear what happened to No Face McGillicuddy? He used to have a face, and then he pissed me off. So I'm going to repeat myself. Just this once.
I like my face.
Give me the doll.
I don't know where it came from.
I know you don't.
I found it.
What in the heck?
Please get these two over there. For the love of God. I'm going to take the doll back to the kid, hand it to him, pat him on the head.
You sure about
And then
everything?
push them out of the way.
Look, we need some expendable, like, at some point we're going to have to, like, check for traps or something, right? And we can just send them ahead.
Oh God.
Throw me. Them two are.
Adventurers are psychos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sheep, a wagon,
All right.
4 hunters kits, 3 dungeon kits, 4 mining kits.
Oh, and a shitload of cloaks and
Yeah.
coats and stuff.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you guys got all that.
5
And,
2-person tents. That should all fit in the wagon.
and then, all right.
So how many total do we have with them? Grob and 5 dwarves, right? Because he said there was total 6. Right? And then we have 3 in dwarf. It's 4. It's 10. Is that right?
11 total.
Plus us is
7 dwarves plus
Oh, 7 dwarves.
4 prisoners.
Oh.
Plus us 4 and our guide.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
So 16 total people in our party.
Okay.
So it's gonna take. It'll take a day stop, and then the rest of the day to push into the logging town, and then probably you could push on into the night to get to the. You'd probably have to stay one night in the logging town as well. So let's get some survival checks going. So who would you like to? So you have. We'll do it like this. You have Trinity. As a guide, but then you also have Rob, his crew, or you have Chet and
his brothers.
Biddle Bob, yeah.
The brothers Bob, let's
The
go.
brothers Bob, yeah.
So
all as guides.
I want those 3 to be out hunting for us from basically the word go. I want to delay having to break into our rations for as long as possible.
Here.
There we go.
I think Thistletree should probably guide
Trinity
Guide
would-
us over-
yeah,
on the overland to the location. I think the others will be more beneficial once we get to the mine itself.
Gosh, go ahead and roll. Begin traveling along King's Road. The old Fell Gorge Road. I would like somebody to roll a D100 for me.
I want it.
Cool.
64.
64.
That sounded amazing on that roll.
Pretty cool. All right. 64. So, as you guys are traveling along, the weather begins to take a harsh turn for the worst. The heavy, icy winter air falling off of the tops of the mountains from the desert-like tundra above you in the peaks, funneling down into the valleys and creating kind of eddies and swirls, bring with it a change in the weather. And it begins to not snow, but more sleet. At this point, it's you guys aren't going to make it as far as you would like to, and you're also out in the open as well. So you won't making it to the fork. It's going to add time to your drop tomorrow. As you make it to the fork, Rob mentions that he might know a path that connects the two forks together to make up time. And you're getting a sense that it's bandit roads. Places that, where bandits stay off the path whenever they're not on the sides of the roads. So he doesn't know if you would be... Go ahead.
Guidance myself. We see the truth.
Dude, it's so cold. Oh, you've been in New Mestria for...
Still got an 8.
You've been in New Mestria? You've been on the coast, right? Like, the last time you were traveling, it was early summer in this kind of Mediterranean climate. And now you're traveling through this.
Mm.
The last time you got caught in the weather, there was a double rainbow. And it was an early summer shower,
That was precipitation, thaumaturgy, or just sacred flames. Heat the cold at bay.
Like at you. Just you. But you're not sure, so it doesn't... I mean, what were you trying to insight?
See, how truthful these things seems.
Yeah, I mean, he's real straightforward about it. Well, right. I'm not...
Oh.
I know a way. You can see, all of the ice forming inside his beard.
It's 10 total.
Oh,
The inside was a 10 total.
10 total. Right. You cold, are you? You gotta get used to it. Some never do. Well, I'll tell you like it is. There might be bandits there. Yeah, no. They might be holed up. And if there are, well, there's more of us than there are them. They might stand up.
I say we take it.
You're pretty fancy boys. They like to find fancy boys out in the wilderness in the middle of a storm. I get them excited.
Do they usually carry anything of value on them themselves?
Depends on if they found anybody with anything about you.
As long as everyone else agrees, I say we do it.
Well,
And by everyone, I mean us four. Hear everyone else.
I think it's potentially more convincing. We shouldn't let bandits wander freely in the lands.
Purge the wicked, as they say.
And if we take a few alive, that's a few more expendable track clearers for us.
I like the way you think, Zane.
Finally, someone does.
all right.
We
A bit treacherous.
take the shortcut.
Trinity is against it. She doesn't, she wants to just take. She doesn't trust him exactly. She's a royal guy kind of thing. Juex decided to take it, putting Grob, taking you through these paths, these bandit paths. which takes you through the day. I need everybody to roll a Constitution check. That's what it'll be. DC is 12.
Check or a save?
Check, like a Constitution saving throw. That's what I'm
So a save
Constitution saving throw.
puts me right at 12.
19.
Okay. The DC, yeah, it's a 12 DC.
15.
No, 14 for me.
So you got a
12.
14.
19.
15.
seems like you guys have all of your equipment. It's going really smoothly. All of your equipment is it's like really, really nice. The visibility is starting to come down. The sun goes down much sooner than what you expect. On the light is being like it's the any of the lanterns that are being held are in danger of actually like the glass breaking and freezing. So they're not being, there's not a lot of being used. You said you have like Sacred Flame, which
I can use light.
I was gonna say a Sacred Flame, like a radiant beam.
Like,
Yeah, we can put a light on both ends of the car.
Like an orbital. I imagine Sacred Flame like an orbital laser.
Yeah.
I have,
So you're gonna cast light on something?
I'll put it on.
Oh, before you both do that, do you have an extra little holy medallion or something so that she can hold while she's casting her magic? So if anyone sees it, they don't freak out?
I can, I have vestments, so I can just like give her a vestment to act like a holy symbol.
Yeah, I just figure that's for the best.
Just some
People won't know the difference.
Yeah. Or, I mean, hell, just, have carve a like little
Yeah.
wooden...
yeah, we don't want any jaw dropping.
The more people you have around, because witchcraft is
Since-
rare. It's and it's more about the fear behind it too.
Yeah.
Like these people have been misled as to what it truly is, and so they have a fear behind they connected to it.
That's
That's the last thing you want is to be these people to be scared and cold and in fear of their own lives, and then you are now something they can all get behind, right? Okay.
So then he's going to cast one in and I'll do one on the other end for light.
I'll also cast dancing lights and just have them spread out amongst our caravan.
In the caravan, nice. So as it starts to get darker, you cast light, and you cast dancing lights, and it's at this moment where it gets almost unnaturally dark. It's like a huge cloud or something, kind of blocks out the sun. Or maybe you guys get deep into a valley almost, and you're kind of not realizing it as you're trudging through the snow, and you hear as one of the sheep make a grunt, and you hear as your dancing light comes up, and you see one of the dwarves beside you. He's like, just a little bit farther, and he gets lifted up into the air by you don't know what, maybe about 10 feet, and then in an arcing backwards outside of your light into the darkness, and is whipped away into the storm.
Gonna grab a light source and run after him.
And so you go to grab a source of light, so like one of the lanterns or something.
So, actually, you would cast light on something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna snatch whatever that was, like a... What would you cast light on?
I don't know what
I can redirect my dancing lights to go out in the direction. If I saw them, I don't know where out.
Yeah,
So you pull the dancing lights. Yeah, it was so if you're all this way, it was like kind of off to your right of the caravan. So you pull the dancing lights forward. The light pulls away from the back ends of your caravan closer to your group, and then dancing off in that way. And you see drops of blood kind of bleeding off in this like now tunnel of light. All you see is it's just like flat, kind of icy snow, little mounds building up. You don't see any footprints. And then you see, in the snow, like drops of blood kind of scatter across and that way. And you hear in the crashing of the equipment that was on the back of the sheep. It's like scattered into the snow, leaving like almost like a crater.
What are we doing, Grob? And I like focus the lights back on the caravan.
Circle the sheep. Let's go.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm running. Come on. And he's like trying to trudge through the snow. What the hell is that?
Where? What the hell is what? I can't see shit.
Neither can I. Neither. Oh god. Everybody roll a history or a religion or a nature, and disadvantage unless you know about the lore, the folklore of the Boreal, the darkness in the Boreal, which would I think you would definitely get advantage on this for sure.
I got a 17.
I don't know what my religious training gives me about the lore of this place.
Oh, it's a 9.
Do you think?
Right?
I mean,
The
it's
dot.
up to you. It's up to you whether Yeah, imagine you can apply it to only some things but not others.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. So this is like would be like the
Mine would be more towards witches, probably.
yeah. So this would yeah. So I would say that this would be a straight roll for you. Is what I would think.
I
What'd you
got
get?
11.
11 roll with advantage. Since you know about like the cryptids.
What's 12?
Well, no, just the higher. Roll with advantage. Yeah.
So 12 plus 2, 14.
14. Okay.
Would
And
I
you
roll
got what?
anything?
17.
17.
Would I be at advantage or disadvantage?
I would say it's we're gonna say straight roll right now. Maybe even you said advantage or disadvantage even.
Oh, well, I guess, am I rolling at disadvantage?
I would roll straight right now. I was just like an overlord cryptid kind of vibe.
I got a 20,
19.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. What's one thing about this creature, its hunting tactic that you did notice was true?
That I did notice.
Yeah, something that was true about it. How did it pick up the thing and like whip them backwards and maybe even crash that big sheep all the way like it did?
It appears it has some long appendage.
What's how do you get away from it? Or how does it get you?
Does it have wings?
And it has wings. Which you can see the swirls and eddies now that are being created, whipping all around you, are not natural. Some winged creature has created this kind of unnatural storm around you to hunt you. And each time the darkness, you hear another one being pulled away from where your orbs, where you changed it and you got it off of your people.
I'm gonna run towards the most recent scream, and
It was in the back.
I'm
All right.
running that way now.
What I'm going to say is everybody roll initiative. And we're going to take our break right there. And we'll be right back.
Dang.
That's funny.
That's funny!
9.
Oh,
I'll
9
give you
plus 1, 10.
a surprise round, basically, since you And we're live. All right, welcome back.
Now we're on.
This icy wind swirling around you, sleet hitting the exposed parts of your skin,
This needs to work.
sleet smacking against the exposed parts of your skin from where the cuffs of your jackets and the gloves don't quite meet. A sting and burn of the cold of the ice as it begins to embed itself. Your hair moving around, whipping in all directions. This is definitely unnatural. The lights that both of you have called forth. You called forth a light from Sundaria, burning bright and resilient, fighting against the darkness that it's pushing back against. Dancing lights, what's that look like as you call it forth?
Already out. If I'm controlling them, I'm just kind of moving my hands to keep them around the group.
What do the orbs of light look like? Anything in particular?
At the moment, they're just like glowing like pure white.
And as they get farther away from each other, this Lilith you can see the magic tethering each of these orbs together, and the magic of Sandaria, kind of it's emanating from within, and you could actually see the darkness that's swirling, almost like clawed fingers, like trying to snuff out and blow these lights out. As his orbs get farther away from each other, you can see that the strings kind of get thinner and more narrow, like there's a distance where they break, dissipate. It's the first time you've ever seen magic, like for real, from anyone else. For real magic, and it is visible to you. Roll me a perception check. Roll me a perception check. Oops.
16 and... Is it this perception? Here. Oh, 16.
16. You can see straight in front of you, 40 feet away or so, eyes in the silhouette, the soft face looking at you, but it's not firelight, it's the light of magic, and it's looking at you. And as you look at it, you're charisma-based caster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is insight, like you understand intention. You can make people feel welcome. You can make them feel as if they don't belong. You can make people think you're supposed to be there. You can make, it's this kind of like social feeling and understanding. And what you feel and understand from this is a welcoming. And a word comes to your mind in Draconic. Do you speak Draconic?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Human, Elvish, Dwarvish,
Mm-hmm.
and Draconic.
You speak Dwarvish too?
Yeah, Dwarvish.
That's funny. Dwarvish. All right. So, the word comes to you, and familial relation, female. How females are related to each other in a family sense is kind of what you get. But then you hear a scream, and it breaks your attention away from just like immediately being able to know what the word is. But it's a word that is used to describe how two females or two women are related to each other in a familial sense. We all rolled initiative, right?
Yes.
All right. So what was everyone's initiative? 25 through 20.
21.
Nice. Okay. 20 through 15.
18.
Okay.
Zane did 17. I had 14, right?
No, I got 9.
You got a 9. Okay.
Oh, I,
Now it's 14 through 10. For you?
Mhm.
Okay.
well, I got 16.
You got a 16?
Isn't that what you just had me roll?
No, that was perception.
Oh,
We rolled initiative before we went to break.
I had a 14.
Okay. And then Zane with a 9.
Mm-hmm.
You said Zane had a surprise round though.
And then, Zane, you'll have a surprise round. And then we'll have our privateers. Yeah. They're privateers. There's a reason that Rob was in, he was at the, he was at the prince's table as an aristocrat, right? He's not a bandit captain or king. He's a privateer
Mhm.
during the war. All right. So that'll be Rob and Dwarb and the boys, which there are less of now. First things first. Zane, it's on you. What would you like to do?
Do I see it? Do I see an enemy anywhere?
The light is you have, so where are your lights at?
I snatched one of them.
Yeah. So he physically grabs one of your dancing lights and tries to drag it with him.
No, I grabbed whatever.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Well,
he-
yes.
Yeah.
they all cast.
Oh, they all got light.
Oh, like an amulet or something.
Okay. So it's not giving as much light as you would typically hope. It's like something's kind of beating back against it, and it's also like it's physically reflecting off of just like so much ice and
Right.
stuff too.
I would just have like one
Okay.
on all 4 sides.
Roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
Nat 20.
19.
20.
But dancing lights, I believe, only has dim light.
Yeah.
This is the
Go ahead and place this, Lilith, place that where Lilith saw the face that spoke to her.
I guess I'll do it over here since I'm facing them.
Facing that way? Yeah. So like here? So you see this tall, kind of weather-worn shrine of a woman in a shrine out in the distance. And you see, coming across through the mists, you hear the beating of wings, the flapping of leather. And above you, like it goes by this way, and then you realize she looked directly above you. These transparent shrouds, cloaks, descending out of the darkness. First, you only see the feet, translucent and jagged, gaunt, humanoid figure. These toes that are gnarled and curled, atrophied.
Oh my god.
It's the bulbous knees, the skin barely clings to the thin bone underneath. But it's not skin. You can see through it, almost as if it's ice in a face that you lock eyes with.
How far above me is it?
About 15 feet, maybe about 15 feet now, as it kind of spins. Oh, like a trapeze artist inside the winds that it's creating to face you. in these long arms, poised. You can tell they're poised like a praying mantis ready to strike as the fingers go down below the elbow. And you see a smile as you see like this, it's like shrouded like cloth over the eyes. Splits into mauve teeth. And it whips out at you. Or begins to, it's going. So that's what you see. It's like it's getting ready to poison.
At us or at me specifically?
Or you?
Back there.
But it is,
It's still 15-ish feet up.
yes,
Oh.
in the air above you. These like serene figures of like kind of what might be prophetess, young prophet, like virgin prophets of a time bygone, but translucent and spectral, made of ice. The Glalie. Wait, that's a Pokemon. The Glazely. Glazgar.
Bayleaf.
Bayleaf.
Laser.
Blazer. Blaze. Racer. Laser.
I'll just kind of toss the light that I have up at it just to try to get its attention and, make myself as big of a target as I can. And I'm just going to hold my action to punch any part of it that gets close enough for me to hit.
Okay. You do have your chains as well.
Yeah, but they're not that long, are they? They're
I don't know. I don't know the length of chain.
well, the ones I'm wearing are like maybe 3 feet.
If you look in the new, 2024 rules, there are rules for chain, and they're awesome.
Are they?
Yes, they are. There are actual rules for chain now.
I love that.
Yes, so you can check it out real quick and look it up. But I'll say you hold your turn. You just check it on your phone.
Right.
Or she's got the book. Yeah, you got your phone. You've been using it. I'm assuming for D&D purposes.
I just keep reading that the new rules are actually
I keep
available.
forgetting. I was looking at other D&D stuff. All right. So you want to hold your action.
Yeah.
Nice. So that brings us to the top of the initiative order. Initiative count 20 is when layer actions happen. You guys are caught in a magical storm. This is a place of power that each fire you're supposed to burn out.
Appreciate
The reason you don't leave the roads. 21. What would you like to do? You can feel an evil, actively working against Sundaria here, a darkness.
So I haven't played Spellcaster in a minute.
Okay.
So I can Sacred Flame it and then bonus action a spell too.
Yeah, I mean that's how we always said it. As long as you can't cast 2 leveled spells
Correct.
in a turn.
Yeah, Sacred Flame's a cantrip.
Okay. So you have a Sacred Flame is a action, I believe, to cast.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have a bonus action level spell, then you can use it. Yep.
Okay.
Whatever order that you feel that's
Going
necessary.
to Sacred Flame it.
I don't know the 2024 rules if they've changed it, but we'll just work with the rules that we get. All right. So Sacred Flame means I believe I have to roll a saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. What is
14.
the 14? It's not inside mine. Oh my gosh. It's behind the. Oh no. It's inside the. All right, that's a nat one. All right, you hit. All right, so damage.
So
1d8 rate.
All right, radiant even.
5 radiant damage.
Dang.
My bonus action, I'm going to Sanctuary Zane.
Okay. 5 radiant damage.
Mhm.
As the to describe what the sacred flame looks like as you call it forth.
Well, you start to see like a like, it's because it's all clouded and dark. You start to see like a bit of light start to shine, and then like where the gust is, you see like it opens up and just like, yeah.
This radiant orb, as the spectral form begins to like descend down upon you, Zane, behind it, rushing around it, the light of Sundaria, and you see it begins to rip this creature apart in a way that seems like the antithesis of its creation.
Right.
And as it gets closer and closer to you, it becomes absolutely undone. Do ghosts leave ectoplasmic trails behind? Is it like, do we just like slime you now, like Nickelodeon, like the Kids' Choice Awards? No, all right. And the creature, is like, you get bathed in the light a little bit for a moment. There is a like a 5-foot area, like circular tube, like kind of where there is no storm, there is no weather. It feels like a summer day. It's the first. It is something that you never thought you'd feel again, which is the heat of the summer sun upon your face. Yeah, for the first time since you
Weirdly pleasant.
were a child. As it completely dissipates and you smell fresh baked breads.
Guys, I think I'm having a stroke.
and the buzzing of pollinators dancing back and forth in wildflower fields. Freedom warms your face and your mind just for a moment, and then as it's dissipating, you cast Sanctuary on him. And then tell us Zane's safe space. What place?
Oh, he's back in the prison. Just walls around him, like.
There's no question as to what may happen. You already know.
Oh yeah.
You know what all the rules are. Nobody can. Yeah.
Right.
No surprises. You lock yourself back in the prison in your mind and are protected.
Huh. Not what I was expecting
As
from
the
this
cold
fight.
of the wind rolls around you again. That brings us to initiative 20. The face glows it once more. Sister, you all hear a word in Draconic. If you can speak Draconic, you recognize it now. It means sister, daughter, not mother, not caretaker, not midwife, but sister. As a title and as a relationship. Sister.
Wonderful.
A ghostly figure shows up in your face. Shroud. Bows. And whirls around you. To attack one of these two. Who this be? Who this tall freaking
That would be me.
Oh. Your hair is whipping around and it's beautiful. It never once gets like caught inside your mouth or whatever.
It's like being shot like shaky cam, whatever, but then it fixes on him and he's just like brief slow-mo like cover girl, like,
So, like,
fucking-
there's like sparkles.
Plates, snowflakes. Like,
As Grog looks into the wind, your bangs are perfectly split between your ears, and yeah, again, never once get. Yeah, you see, beside you though, like you see Trinity, and she's like this matted mess from underneath like the fur thing, so evens or odds.
even.
Evens. That's evens. It swirls around you and over to here. What's your AC?
Well, not very high. 11.
Oh God.
Yeah, mine's 11 too.
Was here?
Me,
I'm saying the ghost was there.
it whooped around me.
Right. I was thinking of tax opportunity from the other thing.
Mm.
One of the henchmen.
I need you.
What did it roll?
16 on the die. Oh, because you might shield.
Oh,
No, it rolled a 16.
16 on the die.
Do nothing.
Pull up the critter here. There it is. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Ah, okay. So it's going to hit you. And you're going to take 7 points of necrotic damage as it whips out. And these like long claws, like praying mantises, they go into you, straight through your armor. That's ethereal and ghostly, and and you get lifted up, right? Its face splits and opens, and you can see the beauty of Raz and like his essence begin to slowly wisp off of his face. And is being drunk by this maw of like lined, small little lined, yellowed and jagged teeth that are inside this creature. Your strength score is permanently reduced by 2.
Ouch.
So did I ask a question? Do these answer to her?
Did we all hear the statue talking, or just
You heard a word. Yeah,
Okay.
you heard a word.
Okay.
In Draconic, you heard the word sister.
You, still standing?
I am.
As you can, and it drops you. It is like, it now takes up so much. I mean, it must be 12 feet long, is I guess the best form as it's like wisping around. That, and then one. Okay. Gross. It's on you, homie. What is this? Oh God, we're all going to die. Come up and fight. If you don't fight, I'll kill you myself, you cowards. Oh shit, what did it do to you? Oh God.
Very well. I start doing little hand gestures, and I look. Am I able to see each of these around us?
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of point in each direction and then bring my hands back, and I'm going to cast Bane on each of them. They need to make a charisma save.
So Bane being a very much like a witch's curse kind of thing, how is it different than what we would see from the Witchfire, or how is it similar to what we might see from the Witchfire curse?
Well, if any of them fail, I would like to wait until they fail.
Oh, okay. All right. So what do I need to roll?
A charisma save. 15.
Charisma's -1. I rolled a 14, a 15, and a 19. They get -1 to fail.
Right.
One succeeds.
So one
Yeah, that was bad.
one fails.
One passes. Two fail.
You said a 14, a 15, and a 19?
But they get -1.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that was before I was like, okay,
So
what do they get?
whichever two are affected then.
I would say this one's affected, and this one is not affected.
Okay. Basically, they are just covered in like blue arcing flames. Not necessarily like chains, but you just see like these streaks of fire that appear and reappear that just kind of keep wrapping around them.
Is it like the flame that kind of that like candle like a candle would, like the flame that candles out of a log, or is it like the flame like from like striking?
Almost like a flame whip, yeah, almost. And like just before it, my fingertips kind of glow, like the blue light ascends up my palm to my fingertips, and then I snap, and the fire like bounces from the two targets, and the third one misses.
Yeah, and the third one kind of it's ethereal form, like whips and twists around. It almost grabs it with its hand and casts it aside off deeper into the storm and darkness.
And that is my action, and I guess I'll stay where I'm at. So those targets have to subtract a d4 from attacks or saving throws,
Nice.
as long as I maintain concentration. And that is my turn.
Then it's your turn. Trinity pulls out a crossbow, takes a shot off into the night, and then actually I don't have Trinity out here. Weird. Which one's gonna be Trinity, guys?
The one you pick.
Oh, good. Hey, that is what insight and wisdom. Wise beyond your years.
I try.
No. We'll use this little puppy. That's for Trinity.
Oh my goodness, they're getting smaller and smaller. Oh, that works.
Well, they're halflings.
Yeah.
The Trinity moves out this way, dodges from underneath a strike, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, and then kind of gets back behind here, hunkering down along this wall. Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
So, before I do anything, I am gonna tell, because of what I heard, I'm gonna tell Rob and Glorb.
Yeah. Just their name.
I'm gonna say, guys, you take your men and get all the sheep in the middle, and you guys surround them first. So I want them to get, like, make a circle like this,
Surround, like.
and keep the animals in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. So that keeps these from trying to eat again. Then I'm going to turn this way. Move it like that. And then I'm going to mind sliver that one back there.
Okay.
And the target must succeed a intelligence saving throw or take 1d psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my turn.
I see a combo here. Pick a combo. All right. So I need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Mhm.
What is your spell save DC?
Where's it at? Yeah, it's over here. Right here. It's 10.
What?
It should be
I'll
8
say
plus
DC.
8.
Oh,
So it's going to
plus
be
this.
8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your charisma modifier. So it's going to be 10 plus your charisma modifier currently.
Okay, so 13.
13. Okay.
Gotcha. I knew I had that starred for a reason.
That's a fail.
Sweet. So, so if they don't do that, then it's 1d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 5.
It's psychic damage?
Mm-hmm. And then, and it says, and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Nice. Okay, so we'll take... Oh. You didn't hex them, right?
Nope. Bane.
I don't see Bane in here. I see hex though.
Yeah, it's probably not.
Hasten.
I think blessed is in there.
It'd be an inverted bless, wouldn't it?
Well, we should be on the other side, shouldn't it?
Right.
Oh yeah, let's see if it's on the other side of blessed. No. That would make sense. That's I was designing that.
You turn the blast upside down.
It says blessed on the other side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's on both sides.
Okay.
It's fine. Magical.
And then,
What was your damage again?
5.
5 damage?
And then they get a minus D4 to what?
Minus d4 from the next saving throw.
Cool.
Zane.
Well, I can't hit ghosts. That's just common sense. So I'm going to turn towards the pack, start running in that direction. On my way, I will grab one of the pickaxes off of like the sheep where we presumably have them, and I'm going to sprint towards that statue.
Okay. So, your movement speed is
30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you're going to be able to get to the statue, but you're going to leave.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a swing at you. What's your AC?
16. But I believe that one gets a minus D4 on its next attack.
So there we go. Misses. And that's go.
And I will scream witchcraft as I start trying to smash the statue.
Trying to
pieces
deface the
with this-
statue?
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to drop it.
19.
19?
Yeah. I don't know what the damage
hits.
statistics
19
are
hits.
for a pickaxe, but
19 hits. I think it's probably D10.
10?
I would say that it also probably does double damage to movable stone structure, probably to 20 damage.
26.
Make a wisdom saving throw, DC 26.
Oh, jeez. Get a nat 20.
26.
Yeah.
Where'd I pull that number from?
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah,
melt,
especially wisdom when I have no modifier. That's
Where'd I
gonna,
pull this random number from?
didn't mean to melt your brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a 20.
yeah, that's not.
Okay.
That's a Zippo.
You're dead.
And
Okay, good night.
Mine.
Night.
You hear in your mind, Lilith,
A reroll? Sure.
in anguish and pain and scream, a shock of hot white pain flashes across your vision. You realize, you feel like your stomach's upset as you realize the word, like all of the ice around you stops moving, and all of a sudden you're like, the ground is like a little closer to you. It wasn't that it stopped moving, it's that like you're spinning, but it didn't feel like you were spinning. Everything's like your perception is so you become confused and befuddled, and you hear you don't hear as much as you feel pure anguish in the cry of someone who is like holding like this, like a loved one that's just died in their arms, and it was unexpected, right? The true loss as you cry out, and you realize like you're kind of facing upward a little bit, and people are moving around you, and you're like kind of blanketed into the snow a little bit. Your vision's really, you're confused, and it's hard to move, and you just feel loss. And this scream of that, like the anger at the world as the statue topples. And
Oh shit, that worked.
the spirits dissipate.
Yeah, but
I think I broke her.
Well, there's like a power that kind of flashes, and I needed to roll against your sanctuary too. What's the sanctuary?
It's they were
1d4.
Wisdom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is what?
14 wisdom save.
14 wisdom save.
It was on my thing.
It's all good.
Okay. The sanctuary stays on you. Both of your cantrips are dispelled. As that shatters and these ghosts go away, and you are in complete darkness with the winds whipping around you.
Protected him? What you're saying?
Roll a insight. What's your
You said it stays on him. If it protected him, it would go away.
Yeah, it stays on same, but for you to know whether or not it's still on there would be whatever your modifier is. What do you use for your spellcasting? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
So a wisdom skill check that lets you understand the outside world. Nat 20. Yeah.
Jeez,
It wasn't
can I
a spell.
borrow that?
But it was attack. And it was not dispelled by this magic. The magic, it wasn't a direct attack, it was just an artifact broken.
Mhm.
It was a residual kind of explosion.
It doesn't AoE. It doesn't stop AoE anyways.
But it was a dispelling. It wasn't a particular attack
I see what you're
on
saying.
him. Yeah, and because it was leveled spell, it had a chance to. But your guys' cantrips immediately. And some powerful artifact of the witch fire that was left behind was just dispelled.
What is that?
Stink bug?
It just has its wings out.
Oh yeah, it's elytra flipped up, looking crazy. Dude, he's in attack mode, bro. Boy's in attack mode, isn't he?
Bro, roll for initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them with their wings out.
I know, it's crazy looking.
Licked it on your
Its wings were weird. You know, most the elytra they close all the way together, but those didn't. They were like they slide into his back. They're like yeah, like a cool jet.
Mine slivered one of those when you were out.
And then as it was sundered, you also feel like where's your character at? Oh, you're facing in the complete opposite direction. Complete darkness. What's going on? What's happening? Right, stay close, everybody. They might be back into witches. There's curses around these places. How did we get here? I told you it was a bad idea. I told you we shouldn't have trusted them. You led us here on purpose. No, I didn't. Where are you? Dare you accuse me of such things? I'll teach you a thing or two, you youngin'. You can't trust them. They let us out here. Well, I think that if everything will be just all right if we come to just a talking to each other. I mean, ain't no need to fight now.
At least you're getting paid.
Well,
I'm still over there smashing the various bits.
each time you
Save that.
strike it, it like each strike is a spark of different than whenever it broke, but of iron on stone. It just just the actual sparking of iron on stone is the little bits of like a somebody striking a lighter, right? Is all you get. This
I don't have any interest in claiming cursed rock.
You turn out my lights.
For the mission.
You turned up.
I'll recast dancing lights.
make a charisma saving throw.
18 plus, I think, 4. So 22-ish.
You go to reach towards where your dancing lights has been tattooed on you, and it is faded. And well,
I have dancing lights tattooed on me.
the tattoos on your hands that you call forth for your contracts, the symbols that you use are faded, and it's never happened. And as you go to call forth for your dancing lights, they ink redarkens. But this is the first time in a long time that it was actually a struggle to cast dancing lights, to cast a cantrip. As if something tried to strip it from you. Like, what does that mean? How would you like to find out?
Oh wait, charisma saves actually +7.
Oh, okay. So even better. You're good. 25 even. You're versed in deceit, deception, and backhanded tricks. It's common whenever you set up a trap that there is a, well, if I'm going down, we're going down. And that's what this felt like with magic. It felt like magically, like, well, then we're all, I'll take it all with me. If you rend this from this place, I will take with it all that you had, or what it could cling to. And it tried to do that with your dancing lights when it was destroyed.
I'm gonna find
So almost like a booby trap or a last little curse.
Have the winds died down?
Yes, in a sense, they're not as bad as they were, but now it's darkness.
it's normal.
Light the lanterns.
It's now darkness. It's now more of the winter. Like it's nighttime and the winter is pushing in.
I'm gonna cast light on Zane's head.
Roll wisdom saving throw. That'll pass.
Okay.
You feel like you have to recite. You have to physically recite and do you have to do the ceremony of like what you haven't had to do since you were a boy. And you feel it like as it was trying to be stripped from you. And you have to actually call it back. There's effort involved here. There was a chance that it could have been taken from you forever if you were, lesser. If it was given to you in a lesser kind of
I was
power. If you were a little weaker, if the power that you got it from was a little weaker.
Can I find Graz and cure wounds?
You guys do notice it's extra cold. Like, your cloaks are they're not working as well as they were. Can you do what now?
Find Graz and cure wounds.
You turn around to find Graz, and you see Lilith is laying down in the snow, having a seizure.
Interesting.
incapacitated, like, or some might call it a vision, even, like when, like having, like almost like, gosh, in Greek and Roman culture, the seers, they would go into these, they would speak tongues and they would have visions, go into these fits.
Like Brian on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
When he had his visions, he always
Guess I spare
Exactly.
the dying on her.
Yeah.
him or the
Like
other guys
it's like
would have a seizure.
So it's like the blessing is the curse, and the curse is the blessing. Yes, and this was what this is way more than you have ever. This, I mean, not only were you able to see magic first time ever, but also it revered you, it respected you, and then once it was destroyed, it
Right?
something is it was like you felt powerful and you felt really susceptible and weak to its same weaknesses. What would you say you'd like to do?
I don't know. I can't help with seizures.
I'm not a doctor.
Say, girl,
I'm a magic healer.
I'll be all right.
She might be turning. Sacred flame.
And you feel weak as hell, bro. You feel really bad from where like the strength was drained from
Yeah,
you.
you're like
It drained your
crawling.
soul, bro.
You're crawling. No.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna look for grods and cure wounds, and then I don't know. We can,
For Graz.
right? What's your name?
Graz? Oh yeah. You can cast Cure on Graz.
Still the one cure wounds.
Don't forget about somebody that ran off behind the rocks.
She's got her crossbow pointed at the dwarves. She doesn't trust them. Thinks she let them here on purpose.
See, who's casted spells and has had negative effects?
Oh wow!
Who's casted spells
Yeah,
that had negative effect?
yeah. After our combat has been going, after this whole deal.
You know that you struggled. Has
Has anybody else casted spells afterwards?
I put a light in
cast light.
Zane's head, and I struggled, but yeah, I guess you wouldn't have seen it. So then I walk up to you and
I guess you would have noticed when he cast it, he took the time to have to,
You heard me recite,
and then
spell, probably.
recited the words and actually he did a little bit of the ceremony.
Would I be able to see that or make a determination of what's happening, or
I would say
have an idea?
I would say just with an idea is probably you having to do the same thing. Actually, I have to ask. Hold on, this is different. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't just seem like your typical dispel magic, like something's happening here.
And now Lilith is having a seizure. Yeah. So you can cast your spell just fine.
Place my hand on your shoulder, and you feel like a heat transfer. You're healed for 12.
Nice. Your strength is still sapped from you.
Finally turn back from smashing the thing, and I see half the group can having seizures. Just... I'm still gonna be on alert as much as possible, looking around for anything else that might jump us.
Nice. Make a perception check. Which you see when you put the light over him is the statue
3.
that has been smashed apart. On the inside of the stone, you see kind of ivory and wicker that has been woven together with these long strands of hair, braided in these kind of Celtic knot patterns with precious stones in the shape of faces, and the wicker being kind of in the shapes of people, almost dolls, and that is we're set within this stone, this what would seem to be solid stone, as he breaks it apart, and then they kind of they're kind of scattered on the ground, and just they're smoldering as they sit here inside. So they like start to blacken and smolder, and embers are starting to like crawl across them. So beginning to burn up.
I will slowly and weakly make my way over there, and I'll cast Identify as ritual.
Oh, how long did that take?
10 minutes.
About 10 minutes. Okay.
That over you're talking about over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
On
Lilith, you guys are just gonna leave Lilith?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll trade places with you. If you're coming over to the statue, I'll go back over, kind of like, drop the pickaxe. I haven't seen anything else come to attack us, so I'll like,
No, yeah.
I'll like kneel down in the snow, and I'll call Dwarb over, and I know that guy's got some Pruno on him somewhere. Give me a flask, and I'll try to get a few sips of. Just give it. Kind of put her head in my lap and like.
Make a medicine check?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can I help?
14.
Yeah, sure. How would you like to help?
I have a medicine kit.
I don't know.
Make a
any of that.
concoction or brew, and maybe I got something in there that you could mix with it.
smelling salts.
So
Yeah.
what is
Smelling.
what is it like as you're kind of locked in this? What are you physically like as you're mentally? We'll
Oh
talk
my
about where
God.
you are, but physically, what do they see?
Me just laying there though, but I can hear them, but I can't do nothing.
It's like they're really far away down a tunnel. Yeah. So what's your body like? You're
I'm just still there,
eyes open, eyes closed,
close.
closed eyes. Almost like a heavy fever.
Ooh, you know what would be even better?
What's that?
Eyes open.
Eyes open,
That's great. I'm gonna close my
moving
eyes.
or unmoving, staring out into staring straight up, or
Yeah, just staring straight up.
just staring past everyone. Eyes completely open.
Yeah, if they go like this, my eyes don't even move.
Full dilated. The heroic dose.
I don't know what was in my flask.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Mm.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't want to say too much because people, but like, imagine it. Oh, I'm just gonna drag her in towards the middle a bit and keep.
You see everyone else like, "Alright, gather the sheep and everything. Oh hell, we're gonna have to camp here.
Remember, they have them in the middle of them anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that they were, scattered a bit, but they were close, right? And so they're going to go and get them, go and grab them, gather them all up, so that way they can they move away from you guys just a little bit, to collect themselves. Oh, there's a wall over here. We can hunker down, far away from that damn statue as we can get. And they'll start to kind of set up a camp kind of off behind some of the
Over
whatever
here where
these
Trinity's
ruins are.
hiding.
Yeah, like
Are-
deeper within these ruins here, you start to see as they like hold up their lanterns, there's more of these like structures that are of these ruins that have been uncovered by this recent storm or forgotten. Hell, they're nowhere close to the road.
And did Trinity witness all of this?
You don't know. You're in a seizure.
True. I tried.
Good
You're
on you.
not sure.
Good on you.
You're in a seizure. Well, we've got a few more minutes left in the session. What we'd like to do? Because I think we're going to open up the next one with a message from your sisters.
Anything with the statue?
If slapping Lilith in the face doesn't work to wake her up,
Make a medicine check.
Dude, I'm gonna need you to stop hitting her.
Yeah.
You've been rolling 20s. Hope you.
9.
9.
Oh man.
All right, so I think that, or would you like to give advantage to Zane?
Yeah, that's why I.
Okay, yeah, good. Go ahead, roll Zane for advantage. So
Still a 14.
it was a 14 total. I think that as you guys are kind of exploring the space, you're casting Identify, and at the end of your Identify, I think as it's happening, you're watching them like petrify and age and kind of fall apart and disintegrate like a punk or an incense kind of burning almost as they're slowly like losing what they are as you're grabbing at wisps of smoke to figure out what's left behind of what it was. You're analyzing the material based off of the smoke it leaves behind when it burns, right? It's like this kind of identification that you're doing, and the actual statue and everything, because it is magic, but it's not just here's a spell card with it gets +5 AC, but it's something else. And you're beginning to understand what this may have been: a beacon of hope, warding, safety, a memorial is to not be forgotten, to a spite for trying to be, for any that might try to destroy or erase your name from history, as is theirs. What is done unto is done unto. This kind of like live and let live, or kill and die, kill and be killed. Choice, like a choice, right? It's not a hex or curse is what it could be called, but it's a powerful enchantment. And this was the head of a coven, the leader of a coven, and this was her last hope, her last wish for the world, which is
Terrorize people as they walk by.
Yeah.
to, well, not all, welcome those who would who seek shelter from the world. This is sanctuary, but not for all. It's hallowed in that sense. It is only those who deserve to be here, who would respect it, who understand it, who need it, and those who would try to defile it have unto them defiled as well. And that's what you felt your magic trying to be taken as you took the last bits of this sister's effect on the world. Her last ability to protect her other sisters, those who would, right? As it was broken, it tried to break everything, and and you can see it is witch magic, and it has strongly affected Lilith. And as you slap her, I don't know, Lilith, you come up.
Sixth time was the charm.
And like she sits up,
Oh my god.
almost like when she sits up, all of the and you scream, and all of the ice and snow gets out away from her from just her scream, and you say a single name of a sister of this coven from the visions that you were having. What is that name of that sister?
I'll just say Raven or something.
Raven.
Mhm.
And you can see like the wings, like as you're looking, it's like the camera pans up away from this scene. You can see that the way that the snow was cast off, the shape of like the wings of a raven outward and downward and blackened. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh,
With
dragon.
the vision.
Oh, wait.
With the visions of ravens and the sisters of this coven that were the memories that were given to you during. Let's go.
Cool.
Whoop.
Nice. Bye guys, see you next time.
Bye.